Hi, this is Lynn and welcome back. Today I want to talk about how the Course in Miracles changed my life and why I love this course. First of all, I found the Course in Miracles in a bookstore about 30 years ago, and it seemed to practically jump off the shelf at me. I'd never heard of it before, thumbed through a few pages and took it home. Immediately I began studying the course and found my life transforming. It can be a little tough at first because your ego is very resistant to the things that are talked about in A Course in Miracles, and it fights very viciously to keep you in this dream, this illusory dream, believing that you are sinful and believing that you judge others. The Course in Miracles teaches us a unique type of forgiveness that transforms everyone and everything. The fact is that you and I are all one. The Course teaches that we are all in actuality one mind that created this illusory dream, and then this illusory form of billions of bodies that we are actually infighting with each other. It's very interesting. It's a little hard to believe that this is actually an illusory dream and that we are not in a body. We're actually projecting this body. And the body in itself is nothing. It's either sick or healthy, depending upon how our mind directs it. So all day long, the Course teaches us that we are thinking, as I mentioned, with the ego or with the Holy Spirit. The ego, of course, drives us to fear, to envy, to judgment. And it's kind of funny if you think about that we're attacking ourselves, that we are manifesting these bodies, these billions of bodies from our one mind so that we can judge and be trapped in guilt because we felt guilty because we left God, or we thought we left God, and wanted to be separate from each other, and then realized that each one of us had different abilities, different qualities, and we hid our love from our sight. The Course in Miracles help you realize that your actual being is one of love. It's of total love that, when you focus on it, shines out onto the earth. And what's really great too is the Course contains over 600 pages of text that was given to us through an atheist professor of psychology at Columbia University in New York City. I love the fact that it was given to us through an atheist professor because we know it didn't come through her. It's really amazing because the text is written in iambic pentameter, which after reading Shakespeare is really difficult to write. It can also be a little confusing to understand, but it is beautiful beyond belief when reading it. And what the Course does is it works with us to transform our mind, at the same time providing us with one lesson for every day that we meditate on, think about, experience in the world, and it enables us to overcome the ego, to overcome the guilt and judgment that we're using to attack each other mentally, and then to uncover the blocks to love, to find out that we are truly love, and it helps the peace rise again in our hearts. What I find most incredible about it is the release from anxiety, from depression, from this control that the ego has on our lives, comparing us to each other. And also, it releases us from envy, because what you're seeing out there is all an illusory dream. No one is really there. They're really at home with God. And it's, again, as I mentioned, hard to believe all of this till you go through the lessons, and it helps transform our mind to one of realization. The Course's unique form of forgiveness enables us to forgive others, not like the Bible talks about, forgive them, turn the other cheek, but forgive them for what they in reality did not do. This is all a dream, and we're actually at home with God. The Course talks about time as more like holographic instead of linear like we think about it, and that this is all happening at once. once we created this world, created this ego, and this belief in separation, that the Holy Spirit immediately came up with an answer, and it was gone, and we're actually back home with God. The Course also is an enlightenment type of training that helps collapse what could take thousands of years of illusory reincarnations to this life through its learning and understanding. I don't know about you, but I would certainly never have figured out that this was all a dream. Everything seems so solid, but if you look at my video that I made recently on the law of attraction, it points to the fact that quantum physics now points out that we actually are creating reality by observing it. Just by looking at a wave of energy, we transform it into particles, the basic particles, building blocks of atoms and matter that we see. So it's just a great time that the Course in Miracles should come to this earth and we can actually begin believing this sort of thing. Before that, it was all feeling like God had it in for us, that God was against us, that God made us in these sinful bodies that are ill and die, and that we could have the potential to be thrown into hell forever. The Course in Miracles talks about this earth being the hellacious environment until we learn to listen to Holy Spirit. And the Course also guides you every day through being able to hear that guidance. That guidance is fantastic in that the Holy Spirit does know what is happening at every moment of every day and what's in the future and in the past. It also guides us to pay attention to the present, and I found that listening to the Holy Spirit has given me such great peace and helped me feel a direction in my life and feel nothing but love for others. And when I do find myself drifting away from my peace and starting judging, I again work on the lessons from the Course and that lovely, unique type of forgiveness. Let me know your thoughts about the Course in Miracles and the peace it's brought to your life.